Hi, welcome again. We are at Earth Story, Chennai's all vegan store. It's the first vegan store in Chennai, and today we've had Priyanka Kochar come down from Bombay to give a talk on zero waste and sustainable fashion. And I hope you guys enjoy the talk. Have fun.
So today I'm here at Dhaval's store because I have a line of clothes which I've sourced from Bombay, wherein this brand MOETADOR, it sort of upcycles clothes, whatever fabric waste is left with various stylists, with the garment manufacturing industries or whatever. They all collect all these fabrics and sort of make stylish day-wear clothes that you and I can use. So it's more of utilizing all the extra fabric that is kept in with inside the garment industry. So talking about zero waste fashion, it's not a new concept for us Indians because as a community and as a country, we've always been following zero waste fashion. Like for example, like we wear the sari. You don't need to cut. There's no fabric wastage that happens when you wear a sari. It's just a yardage which is cut. Whereas when you wear a kurta, you have to cut the armhole, you have to cut the sleeve, you have to cut the crotch when you wear those pants, and that fabric is wasted. So we cannot use that fabric for anything else. So like a sari or a dhoti or a lungi, or might be a patiala salwar also. So these are those typical garments that we've seen across our culture and across our tradition, which sort of have zero waste constantly. But as time has progressed and as there's been Western influences in our country and we started wearing bifurcated clothes and we started doing a lot of patterning, so it's very difficult to really manage that wastage now. So that's why we have a lot of brands that have come in which are sort of, trying to use that little bit of fabric that's wasted when we do this sort of a cutting as a designer, or when we wear pants and when we cut our crotches. That fabric that is wasted nowadays, they make use, like they create buttons out of it, they create some hair bands out of it, they create some scrunchies, something to wear on the wrist. So all that fabric is now being put to use. Even if you go towards the Mughal era also, you have those, I don't know if you've heard about it, but there are these angiyas or these anarkali sort of dresses wherein there is a square piece that is attached to the armhole. There's a square armhole and there's a square piece of fabric that is attached there. So that is also a zero waste garment that the Mughals have given us, which we don't no longer wear, but it's coming back into fashion. So there is a lot of wastage that happens in the industry. Since I'm a stylist and I work for a lot of Bollywood movies and a lot of celebrities, for one particular look to get approved, we sort of make some 7 to 8 garments, and one is worn at the end of the day. So those 7-8 pieces are wasted because they're custom made according to XYZ model sizes, which none of us will be able to fit in. So that much fabric is wasted. So every time we do like a movie or we do like an ad or we do like a print media shoot, for that one particular look to get right that you and I see on TV, we must have wasted about 5 to 6 garments. And they are wasted as in there's a lot of money that is spent. That's why you see one piece of clothing sort of costs us about 70,000-80,000 rupees, because we've made those 6-7 garments as test fits, trying different fabrics, sourcing different material, getting different embroidery done, paying the laborers, everything. So it becomes very expensive for us. So what we've decided is that we collect all of those samples and all of those clothes which are good. There's nothing wrong with those clothes, but it's just that it didn't go or it didn't get the approval of the actor or the director. So we pick up all those clothes and we sort of upcycle them into new clothes. That is the whole idea of what we do. Again, according to in the industry, what happens is that when we do, say, a movie, we buy some 100 meters of fabric because we don't know, we might not get it back again in the market, and we need a particular sort of checks, or we need a particular sort of polka dots sort of a thing that runs across in the movie. So we buy like a bulk. and keep it. And might be we use about 70 meters or something, and 30 meters is always lying with us. So we don't know what to do. So slowly and steadily, what I figured is that pile of fabric started piling in my house, which was some 20 meters from this movie and 30 meters of that movie and 20 meters or 1 meter of some other ad, and they're all different fabrics. And what do I do with so much fabric? I mean, I can open a garment shop, but who's going to buy that fabric? So that's where the idea came that it's the best to use that fabric and make a collection where there is one piece, one design, one style, and one fit. So there is nothing that you repeat. There is nothing that you can, there's no ways that you and I will be wearing the same clothes, because that fabric is limited and whatever is made and it's done. So that is the whole idea of zero waste fashion. That is the whole idea of how there is so much wastage that is happening already in the industry, and there is no notice to it. There is no notice to it. Even the clothes that are used that you see in the movies that say a Katrina or a Priyanka Chopra or a Deepika Padukone is wearing, those clothes are given to the production houses and then they are kept in those boxes for years to come. For years to come, till they don't start stinking and smelling, and then they don't know what to do with it, so then they just discard it, and then you're just increasing your carbon footprint. So it's the best that, either to sell those clothes or to use those clothes to make something new. Most of the production houses that you see in Bombay have rented godowns where they're paying rents, like stupendous rents, just to keep those filthy clothes, because they're not laundered. When an actress wears and dances, so she's sweating generally, there is a lot of other things that have fallen, and clothes have been torn and everything. There's no laundering, nothing that happens. Worn, folded, and kept inside the trunk, and then it stays there. Might be some stylist comes in, like these days what we do is that we go to a production house and we say, listen, can we go to your godown and see what you have in your production trunks? So what we've started is that we tell them, let's go to your godown, let's open those old production petis and let's see what all clothes you have. Might be some back dancer can wear those clothes, or someone who's sort of not that much seen in the camera can wear those clothes. Why to buy new clothes for them when you already have these clothes with you? So that is also one way of, say, reducing the waste and reducing the carbon footprint instead of just piling clothes for years and years to come. Lots of people ask me that, why you don't believe in dyeing clothes, and why we should not be dyeing our clothes and say natural dyes and organic dyes and everything that is available. There is a huge problem with dyeing organic dyes also, which most of the people don't know here. The thing is that to dye one t-shirt with organic dyes, you require 4 to 5 liters of water. So you're wasting that much water, and that water cannot be put to use for anything. Whereas if you use a synthetic dye, then you require less than half a liter of water. So if you actually see, you're not actually making a lot of difference over here, even when you use natural dyes. Say indigo, like the other day when we were speaking, people say, oh, it's great to, dye clothes in indigo, and indigo is a natural dye, and it's superb to sort of wear and go. It's great, but the thing is that indigo sort of pollutes the earth, because the water has to be stored inside. They create a hole, and that water has to be stored inside for years so that it becomes germ-free, and only then that water can be released into your ponds or body. So indigo, we think it's great to dye indigo because your clothes dyed in indigo are definitely germ-free. Like a lot of these people in Rajasthan, they wear those ghagras and they dye them in indigo. Because, of course, they don't have water over there. It's a desert. They don't have water, so what they do is that they dye them in indigo and then you just wear them, because once you dye in indigo, it becomes germ-free. It's like an antibacteria, like turmeric, indigo. All these are like antibacterial things. You just dye and just wear it, and you don't need too much water also. So they prefer doing it. But what happens is that when you dye it in a particular amount of water, and you dig that hole, and you need to have that much space to preserve it, which our industries are not doing anymore. They dye it in indigo and then they release that water. So what is the point of dyeing in natural dyes when at the end of the day your cycle is still the same? So that's the reason why dyes are not favorable. Might be you can go for undyed clothes, or might be you can go for clothes which are sort of made from regenerated fabrics or regenerated fibers. So these days you have a lot of these fibers like banana fibers made out of banana leaves, banana plants. You have a lot of bamboo fibers which are made from bamboo trees, which have their sort of natural color that comes in. So that's why there are a lot of organizations across the world who are not interested in dyeing anymore. They're not interested in using natural dyes or organic dyes. Turmeric is fine. I don't know what you call in Tamil, but there is a dye called manjishtha, which is sort of madder, I think, madder plant or something like that, which provides a reddish color. So that's okay if you dye it in that. But there are harmful effects of natural dyes also. So that's how the world is functioning right now, and that's how the zero waste is being tackled right now. And if you have anything to say or anything to ask, it will be great. Yeah.
It could be a vegetable or a spice or a herb or whatever is available. The problem is that, clothes, you need a fast dye. When I say fast dye, I mean it should not bleed. And it should not bleed. Bleed as in when you wear it, the dye should not stick on your body, Or when you wash it, it should not sort of bleed as in it should not release color. So with natural dyes, what happens is that they're not fast enough to remain on that piece of clothing for long. No, you can't. You can't, because with that you mix a lot of things. Like you mix alum. You mix alum is you cannot put it to most of the plants. So you don't know, because see, that much water is wasted. Basically that is not pure water. So until unless you really manage it smartly, it's a different issue. But that water is wasted. That much water is wasted, you and I can't drink it. So that's the end of the story, that it's wasted. So that's the problem with natural dyes, most of the natural dyes. Yeah. And they're not fast, that is, they sort of lose color with X number of washes. Might be 4 or 5 washes, they will lose their color, they might go dull, your armpit areas might just sort of fade. That's because it's not fast enough for our clothes and fibers to really hold on to. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yes, please. No, but I'll finish your question, then I'll tell you in the end. Yeah. No. So, regenerative fabrics is that, someone's eaten a banana and thrown that banana peel. So then that banana peel is put to use to make a fiber, and that is converted into a fabric, woven into a fabric, like that. So it's basically like a waste management when you talk about the Tetra Pak thing. There is someone who's also making clothes out of weaving those Tetra Pak strips into fabrics and sort of providing, it's like an alternative to, so there's a designer in Delhi, he's called 𝐓𝐄𝐈𝐂𝐃, and and there's also 𝐓𝐄𝐈�𝐃, and there's also a designer in Delhi called Abraham and Thakur. What they do is they collect all these not Xerox, these CT scan reports that are lying in these different hospitals. So they collect all these CT scan reports and make those sequins out of it, like the sequins that you see on your clothes, those shiny things which are made of plastic. So what they do is they collect all of that and make sequins, and So that's what they do. So there are a lot of people. There's a lot of awareness among people who do this kind of thing. So, so the line is it's from Bombay. It's by a brand called MOETADOR, and so as you can see, there is no repeat in any of the pieces. All single pieces, all hand done. So whatever fabric was collected from meeting different stylists and working with different stylists. So we have a group of stylists in Bombay, and everyone has at the end of the movie, they're like, we have small houses in Bombay, so you just can't. You have to live in that house, not the other way around that the fabric is living in. So we sort of collected everyone. We sort of formed a group and said, okay, everyone has 1 meter of fabric or 5 meters of fabric. Let's all put in something and let's make designs that are sellable. That say you and I will wear, like something like this, which is like a normal design, which is just a patiala. So anyone can wear, but we didn't. So there is a different fabric in each of the legs. So whatever fabric was left, whatever we could do with it, we've made this sort of a line. Some of the clothes are not dyed at all because, you know, when we do like a movie or when we do like an ad, we sometimes buy just plain white fabric. But sometimes, suppose if you're doing an ad for, say a Harpic, a toilet cleaner which everyone knows, so there's this typical blue that they use. So the company requires that you use the same blue in my ad. The guy will wear that same blue hat and might be a blue pant or, I don't know, that blue shirt or something like that. So that's why we generally buy white fabrics and keep with us. So whatever color they want, we can dye exactly and then make clothes. So we had a lot of white fabric, which we didn't want to sort of play around with it. So we've kept it as it is. What we do is that we just add a little bit of detailing, you know. So there's a little bit of running stitch, there's a little bit of tacking, or say a little bit of blanket stitch, and might be we have a little bit of thread that is left, so we just make these little cute pom-poms and put it. That's the whole idea. So this white is different fabric, this white is a different fabric, this white and this. So all four are different white fabrics, but they've just sort of come together to make a piece. So yeah, that's the whole idea. And there is this which we've done is that we've upcycled a denim. So this is like a black denim that all of us have in our wardrobe. It's like a denim fabric. And there were two denims that we took. The bootleg denims, which are no longer in fashion, and most of us really shy away from wearing those because everyone today wants to wear skinny jeans. So they're just lying in my cupboard. So they told me, let's do something with it. So we got two denims and sort of made like a
sweatshirt sort of a thing for your little cold or little chilly weather. Yeah. So that's the whole idea of this brand, and that's how it happens. And whatever extra fabric was left, what we did was we made these like small cute dolls, like a he and she sort of a thing, so that you can maybe use it with a pin and put it on you, and put it on your bag or put it on your water bottle or whatever. So these were those. This part. So this is like a garment repair kit that I recommend everyone uses and everyone keeps. Most of the mothers and the generation previous to that still obviously have it, but my generation doesn't keep it anymore. We don't know how to stitch and sew also. So this is what I generally carry with me because, you know, sometimes some tear or something and I really don't want to throw away that piece. So like there's a pair of scissors in this. There is some needles and some pins that I generally keep with me. What I do is that when we go fabric sourcing, these vendors, they'll send me a lot of these samples, you know, that you select which cloth you want. So I have a lot of swatch books. These are called swatches, which are lying with me. So what I do is I keep collecting them, and I sort of always carry some swatches with me. It might be I just make a small pocket out of it, or might be make like a small rubber band out of it, or something, some potli bag or something like that from this. Raksha Bandhan has just gone, so I have a lot of leftover Rakhis in my house, and they're pretty. So I sort of just keep them and cut them and maybe put like a brooch or put it in your hair with a pin or something like that. And now the gifting season has started and lots of people are sending Diwali gifts. So, you get these like cool things which are like tied in a ribbon and things like that. So that also you can keep. Might be you can sort of decorate your sleeve or something like that you can always have. And this is one small box that is always there in my bag because it's my job, and otherwise also. So it has an inch tape, it has some safety pins, some buttons, some hooks, some needles, and a thread. So this is like an emergency kit which most of the women should carry, I believe, because if you're wearing something and you're going abroad or you're going somewhere and something happens suddenly, then what do you do? So stitch fix. Quickly you can just we are all spoiled. Yeah, we're all spoiled that way. Yeah, but this is something that I always have in my bag. And sometimes, I just broke a necklace yesterday, a pearl necklace. So I've kept some pearls also with me now. So it's more about collecting, and it's more about collecting and curating and not going and buying things off the rack. Like, you really don't need to use your brain in doing this. You just sort of, yeah, we might just declutter. Yeah. Yeah, we can probably have a declutter thing. Yeah. Yeah, we can all bring it together. Yeah, we can all have clutter, like a clutter party where everyone gets the clutter from home. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think most of us have a lot of stuff, but we don't know what to do. Like, I have so many clothes, and I don't know what to do with them. Now I've stopped buying clothes also because number one is I don't have space to keep them anymore. My house is overflowing with clothes and XYZ things, and the bad habit that I have, or most of the people have, is that we always wear the first 5 clothes that are in our closet, or the first 10 that we see. So we constantly keep on repeating them, and those nice, good clothes are always lying behind. So I've sort of consciously stopped buying extra clothes. I only buy clothes which are not there in my closet. Like I want a white jacket and I don't have it, so I don't go and pick up like 5 pairs of red t-shirt, which I used to before, because I used to think that I might not get it at this price later, or I used to even think that I might just use it somewhere, so I would pick up 5 pairs of the same black t-shirt, white ganji, 5 pairs of denims, just keep it with me, that this will get worn out and I'll use the other one, but you really don't want to use it again once you've worn it. So so that's how it goes. That's how the zero waste management is happening. That's what this brand is doing in its own little small way. And that's it.
Hi, I'm at Earth Story, this amazing vegan store which I absolutely love, and I heard a fascinating talk today by stylist Priyanka Kochar on sustainable fashion. So I absolutely love MOETADOR, which is Priyanka's line of garments made from waste fabric. So it's upcycled. It's so stylish. It's amazing, like this jacket. So I'm really looking forward to checking out more of this line.